In this video, we're going to go through how to grip the barbell and bench press, how best to orientate it on your wrist, and then the two most common mistakes that people make when grabbing the barbell. We'll also cover at the end how to use a wrist wrap to support what we're talking about. When you grip a barbell and bench press, we're looking to try place the load as directly over the wrist as possible. We'll also place the load as directly over the elbow and as directly over the shoulder as possible in starting position. To achieve this, you want to make sure you go through a process. So the first part of the process is to make sure that you get your orientation on the bar. You want to use the markers on the barbell to try and determine where you're going to place your hands. So the common markers on a power bar are the competition rings and the start of the knurling. The knurling is the rough, grippy bit on the barbell. So you can use where the knurling starts to orientate yourself to begin with if you're taking a closer grip. If you're taking a wide grip, you want to use the competition ring to begin that process. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to wedge the inside of your thumb against the barbell, inwardly rotate your shoulder, and then try and place the bar in the meaty part of your palm so it's nice and low. Once you've done that, you then make a fist around the bar and then pull it out and start so the barbell's over wrist, over elbow, and over shoulder. The two most common mistakes you'll see with people doing this, you'll see people gripping the bar too high in the hand, either up near their fingers or even midways through. It leads to too much flexion of the wrist. It leads to the load being unsupported because the barbell is away from the wrist, and this is going to lead to issues down the line with like sore wrist and complications that will start creeping into other lifts like squat, etc. that involve the wrist joint. The next most common problem you'll see is overextension. So this is an overcorrection. So this is taking the barbell out and then actively extending at the wrist. This is actually something that I used to coach, but it's just not something that's feasible with a heavy load. You want to just make sure that you're placing the load as close to over the wrist as you can, and then use that to support the load. You don't want to be actively extending your wrist against a heavy weight, because eventually in bench press the potential is there for a 2, 3 or even 4 times body weight bench press if you're using equipment. If you're a really good bencher, you're still going to handle 1.5 to over 2 times body weight. So realistically, it's something you want to make sure is as secure as possible, and you want to make sure it's your bones are taking the load and not tendons and ligaments in your wrist. Once you're happy with the grip, how to grip it, make sure it's secure, it's repeatable. It's quite an easy skill. It's not something that should take you very long to work out. Once you're happy with that, you might want to start using wrist wraps to support your grip. The important point of this is they're here to support the wrist. So that means that they need to be put on in such a way where they can actually support your wrist. So two most common errors you'll see with people wrapping their hands. They wear it too low so that it lies below the wrist joint, and they're effectively not really doing anything. Or they wear it way too high. So it ends up covering the hand and it makes it more difficult to actually grab the barbell. This, however, provides a bit of support, but what we're looking to do is so if that's where our wrist is there, we're looking to put the wrap straight over. So the first wrap, so you want to grab it here, use the thumb loop, and then from there you're going to pull against, and then the first wrap, make sure that goes over the wrist, and then all we're doing, each time we pull round, keeping it tight, round, over the wrist, and then Velcro it on. You also want to make sure you get in the habit of taking the thumb loop off, which I can't do because it's too tight. So it sits over the wrist, and it should limit your ability to flex your wrist. And that's how you wear a wrist wrap.